Good morning, this is take 3 because somehow my phone is not recording the videos. Hope this one works. I spend the morning on Facebook, laying in bed sometimes. It's a really bad idea because it actually can get you pissed off first thing in the morning. But today I did it, and so now I'm screwed. But since this is taking three times, I'm actually getting into a better mood because it's becoming more and more comical. So anyways, this is what's going on. Guild Tuners is a group on Facebook where a bunch of guys are supposed to share tuning secrets and help troubleshoot stuff. What it's turned into is a handful of professionals holding the hands of guys that just want to be tuners. And it's sometimes an exercise in futility and extreme test of your patience. Example. This guy is talking about injector dynamics, injector data being incorrect for his engine management system. Now, anyone that knows injector dynamics knows that that is absolute bullshit because injector dynamics sets the standard for injector calibration data. So either your tune's wrong or your EMS is garbage. He says, well, AEM claims that ID data is wrong too, and I should use this number, you know, for ID injectors in my ECM. Well, that tells you first off that your ECM's garbage. I mean, it's AEM after all. They make like maybe one good system. But aside from that, the data that they tell you to use is only just a tiny bit off of what ID says. So your fueling should not be 60% off, which is what this guy's got. He's at like 80% VE and idle. And everyone says, no man, you're doing it wrong. And in response, he makes a video that shows his log screen and parameters and stuff. Well, it's glaringly obvious immediately in the video that his tune is fucked, or a sensor or something is screwed because the numbers don't make any sense. Example. Manifold pressure is like negative 13.5 psi. Now those who don't know, that's almost a perfect vacuum. That's like 135,000 feet in the air, right? I mean, we're almost in space at the point. So he has somehow drawn space into his intake manifold. Now those of us that know that space has very little air because there's very little molecules, I should tell you that if he really did actually somehow draw 13.5 pounds of vacuum in the manifold, there's very little air molecules in there and shouldn't need very much fuel to run, but he still needs a ton of fuel to run. So, like, that right there should be a huge indicator that something's freaking wrong. Especially considering the car has cams, and factory cars pull maybe 9 pounds, maybe 9.5, somewhere around there, with factory cams. So immediately, this calibration is dicked. Whether it's a sensor or calibration or programming, who knows, but it's wrong. And then you continue to look at the data on the screen and you see that it thinks that its fuel pressure, the difference pressure across the injectors, is 58 psi or something like that. Well, this fuel pressure is set at 44. So it starts to make sense now. You know, if you're adding these incorrect values together, you get this really high injection pressure. So the ECU then is going to take the flow data that he has and therefore, but the ID provides, the flow rate of the injector over pressure, and go, oh, well, I'm running 60 pounds of pressure, so my injectors are now 2,100 cc's. But that's not right, because he's probably only got 8 pounds of vacuum in the manifold at the most, which means he's not at 60 psi or 50 something. He's less, 4 pounds less or whatever, 5 pounds less, which means the injectors are much smaller. But it thinks they're big, so now he has to add these large VE numbers to increase the duty cycle to get enough fuel in the motor. Well, that's a pretty obvious screw up. I mean, just fix that shit, you know, and that'll get you closer already. His barometric pressure sensor says it's 3 pounds. Again, confirming that for some reason the ECU thinks that the car is strapped to a fucking jetliner or to a rocket heading its way to space. So everyone tells him, look dude, you need to fix X. Hey! What the fuck is wrong with you, fucking cat? Fuck you! Well, that was exciting. You got to see the fury that that I get when one cat attacks another one for no fucking reason. I don't know why those two hate each other so much. After 5 years, it gets a little old. Okay, so anyways, tell him you got to fix X, Y, and Z, dude. It's pretty obvious what's wrong. And he reports back, yeah, man, I checked ABC, still isn't right. Like, yeah, dude, X, Y, Z is your problem. Well, I was checking LMF and RST. And some of the stuff was a little funny, but still not enough. I just can't figure out anything that affects X, Y, and Z. Well, it's because X, Y, and Z is wrong, and we're telling you what to fix. Well, you know, OPQ just really aren't working out.
And I can't even handle it anymore. Like, dude, step away from the fucking laptop. Stop touching your fucking car. If you're not gonna follow fucking directions, don't ask for fucking help. You fucking idiot. Thank you.